Good people of the internet, thank you for pressing play on this podcast. It's 21 questions. My name is Mike. Let's go. Question 1. If you were to reveal something, what animal are you said to have let out of the bag? That's a cat. You've let the cat out of the bag. Question 2. Which British rock band featured the often feuding Gallagher brothers, Noel and Liam? That's Oasis. Oasis had 22 successive top 10 hits in the UK back in the day. Isn't that crazy? Question 3. Which statement of the following is correct? A, all wasps are hornets, or B, all hornets are wasps? That'd be B, a hornet is a particular type of wasp. I am very, very allergic to wasps. Question 4 is always a true or false in this podcast. True or false? The word karate comes from the Japanese and means empty hand. Is that true? Is that false? That's actually true. Question 5. Which 4-letter word is often a religious symbol and is also the name given to a titanium ring device above the Formula One cockpit designed to protect drivers' heads from flying debris? That's called a halo. Question 6 is a player question. If you'd like to send in a question for this, I'll let you know how to do that at the end of the podcast. For now, though, Ian has sent in, was the age of the oldest verified living person in recorded history younger or older than 120? I got this email from Ian. I thought, well, surely it's younger. No one lives to be 120. But the oldest living person in recorded history, verified, is Joanne Louise Calment of Alais in France. She died in 1997. She was 122 years old at the time. That is a very good innings, Jeannie. Well done, you. She was also the first person to have reached the ages of 116, 117, 18, 19, 20, 21, and then 22. That's how that goes. If you're the first to do that, you're going to set a few records along the way. 122, I don't think I want to live that long is the truth of it. I've had enough now. I'm only 58. That's not true, by the way. Don't feel the need to stage an intervention. I'm fine. Everything's fine over here. Question 7. Whirls, loops, and arches are basic characteristics of which human anatomical feature? That's your fingerprints. After question 7, we do the first clues for the Who Am I? Who am I? I was born in 1930 in Edinburgh, Scotland, into a working-class family and left school in my early teens. Before acting took hold, I spent a few years in the Royal Navy, and I carry a tattoo from those days reading Scotland Forever. Now that's deliberately a little bit vague because this is one of the most famous actors the world has ever known, and I'm just trying to draw out the suspense a little bit. For now though, question 8. Jimmy Nicol, Pete Best and Stuart Sutcliffe were all at one time members of which famous English band? That'd be the Beatles, and they've all got an interesting story. Jimmy Nicol, he replaced Ringo when they came to Australia because Ringo had, I think, tonsillitis, so he played with them for a little while. Pretty much never heard from again. Stu Sutcliffe was their bass player when they played in Hamburg, and he actually died of, I think, of a brain hemorrhage, died very young. And Pete Best was their drummer till just before they got famous. He was a very good-looking guy, but apparently not a very good drummer, and out he went. In came Ringo. That's how that happened. Question 9. If a newborn dog is a pup and a newborn cat is a kitten, what do we call a newborn bear? A newborn bear is a cub. Question 10 is a player question, and this one has an international flavour because it's Rob from Chicago. Good on you, Rob. His question is, which common word is formed by joining the Greek equivalent to the letters A and B? That would be alphabet. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, elephant. I don't know. Question 11 is another true or false. True or false? In 1961, Leonid Rogozov, a 27-year-old surgeon, performed an appendectomy on himself under local anaesthetic. He was assisted by a meteorologist and a truck driver. Is that true? Is that false? Now that's actually true. What I didn't tell you was it happened in the Antarctic at a research station back in the day, and it might still be the case now. You got dropped off there before the really cold weather came in, and then you were stuck there for months, right? You couldn't get in, couldn't get out. They would always have a surgeon there. but they took precautions to try to stop people from needing surgery. For example, if you were going to go there to work and you still had your appendix, they would give you an appendectomy and take it out whether you needed one or not. Anyway, this guy, this 27-year-old doctor, still had his for whatever reason. He got appendicitis while he was there. He was the only surgeon. He had no choice but to operate on himself. It is absolutely wild, this story. So it's absolutely true, and I guess you've worked out if I'm going to ask you about it, it's probably true, but I wanted to tell you the story because it's crazy. During the operation, he actually passed out a couple of times. They waited for him to come to, handed him the mirror, and he went back on with it. There are photos of him holding a mirror, operating on himself, and in some of the photos, someone's holding the mirror for him. But Google that. That is the wildest story ever, and it's completely true. Question 12, is Jupiter or Saturn named after the Roman god of agriculture? That'd be Saturn. Question 13, what is the main difference between a turtle and a tortoise? Is it A, one lives in water, the other lives on land? Is it B, the shape of their shell? Or is it C, both A and B combined? You still with me? Did you get that? Is it A, is it B, is it C? And C is actually both A and B? Good, because it is in fact C, both of those things. Question 14, which mount, and it starts with E, is Europe's highest and most active volcano? It's in Italy. Mount what, starting with E? Mount Etna, 3.5 kilometres tall, I think it is. Mount Etna, good-o. More clues now for the Who Am I. If you remember, the Scottish actor joined the Navy, got the tattoo. Here we go, who am I? My big break came in 1962 when producers cast me as a British secret agent, beating out much bigger names of the day, including Cary Grant, for the role. I went on to play that same agent who, spoiler, was named James Bond 7 times across 2 decades, making me the very first actor to bring 007 to the big screen and, just quietly, a lot of people's favourite Bond. Oh, I wonder who that could be. I'll give you more clues soon, but if you don't know by now, we're almost at the stage where I need to drive round to your house and have a little talk. Question 15. Which Australian band had a hit song in 1976 with All My Friends Are Getting Married? That would be Skyhooks. Now, question 16 is wild, okay? In 1984, a baby who became known as Baby Faye became the first infant subject of a xenotransplant procedure. What's that, I hear you ask? That's where a human is given the heart of another species of animal altogether. My question for you, what kind of heart was Baby Faye given? Was it a pig's heart or a baboon's heart? It was a baboon's heart. It was, and within a day of the surgery, her bottom had turned bright red. That's not true, and I shouldn't joke about Baby Faye because little darling didn't live all that much longer. But her case led to a whole lot of medical advancements, so good on you, Baby Faye, you poor darling. Now I feel bad for making the red bum joke. Not so bad that I'm going to edit it out, though. Question 17. Is Islamabad the capital city of Pakistan or Iraq? Islamabad is in Pakistan. Question 18. Which series of books is the best-selling English language series in history with over 600 million copies sold? Is it Harry Potter? Is it 50 Shades of Grey? Or is it The Lord of the Rings? I don't think it'll surprise too many people that it's Harry Potter, but it will surprise you to hear, I think, that second on the list is the Goosebumps series of books. Lord of the Rings is around 4th with 150 million copies sold, and just lower than that is the 50 Shades of Grey series. Now, just on 50 Shades of Grey, I'd like it to be known that if there is someone out there that is happy to buy me a new car, pay all my living expenses, including buying me a house, if you do all those things, I'm fine with you smacking my butt from time to time. Really, it's the least I can do. I'm keeping it. Question 19, is it still alive or not so much? I give you a name, you tell me if you think that person is still alive or not so much. Today, Leonard Nimoy, who played Spock in Star Trek. Is Leonard Nimoy still alive or not so much? Leonard Nimoy, not so much. He died in 2015. Question 20 is always a music question on this podcast. Here we go. Which singer-songwriter had hits with Walk on the Wild Side and Dirty Boulevard? Now you're sitting there in your car right now going, and the colour girls go do 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 do. If you are, you know that it was Lou Reed. If you don't know Lou Reed, have a listen to Dirty Boulevard. I think it's great. Alrighty, final clues for the Who Am I? It's a Scottish actor, played James Bond. Who am I? Away from Bond, I won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor playing an Irish cop in The Untouchables. That was with Kevin Costner. And was later knighted for my services to film. I was voted Scotland's greatest living national treasure. I am Sean Connery, of course. Well done, everybody. Okay, that is 21 questions done and dusted. If you'd like to send me a player question, do that, please. 2 ways to get it to me, either email direct, mike@triviatribe.com.au, or Facebook, 21 Questions by Trivia Tribe. Now, if you go to Facebook, you'll see the logo there. It's the same as the logo on the podcast you're listening to now. I'm confident you'll be able to find it. Thank you very much for listening. This podcast comes out every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Have I asked you yet to rate the show on whatever podcast app you're listening to? Could you do that? And if you're listening or watching, I should say, on YouTube, put a comment in if you can. It just helps boost in the algorithm because YouTube goes, ooh, people are engaging. It's all about engagement, apparently. I'm going to Google that when I finish doing this so I know exactly what that means because it's just a word I've heard somewhere. No idea what I'm doing. Anyway, meet me back here in a couple of days. We'll do it all again. I'm Mike van Acker. I love you. Catch you next time.